So here you are, too foreign for home and too foreign for here. Never enough for both. Diaspora blues. We all know about the friction that comes with being black in America. But my question is, does this friction come from the black experience, or is it part of being an American?
Before you can embrace black culture now, you have to understand that blackness is on a continuum. It comes from way, way back.
We're all kind of wandering and lost and don't really have a direct link to our ancestors. We're kind of just floating.
I think to be black anywhere in the world, you have to be resilient.
How would you define the overall black experience?
What up, everybody? It's DJ Angelo, aka Kid and Play, aka Straight Burn Ernie.
No one calls any of those things?
They should call us those things. So this is our first installation of our new series, Black Abroad.
When we first got in there, we flew into Bangkok, obviously the capital of Thailand. The way the city was laid out was unfamiliar. Obviously the language is different. So it was really hard acclimating.
Never seen so many hoes in my life, and not in a good way.
It's like the red light district of the world. Yeah. Like Amsterdam has a red light district. Like one time I had a prostitute battle dance me because she thought I was threatening her. And then she came up to me, pulled her top down so her tits were out and just like started dancing on me. Like that's not a normal occurrence at all.
Unfortunately, it was known as one of the grimier areas in the city.
I know I woke up the first day and there was just thunderstorm. Crazy, we were hungover as I just looked out into the city feeling like Batman, like, this city needs a bath. And I was just like, I don't even know if I could go out from there again, you know.
But we did.
Definitely did.
Thai people are the most kind people that I've ever come across in my life, and I think that's one of the major things that I picked up from Thailand is just that nature of wanting to help you out.
There's also a sense of acknowledgement here. I mean, just the simple greetings and the bowing. I appreciate that so much because often I get this feeling of not being seen.
I think that I feel like every day I see something different here. You know, I feel like at home it's monotonous. You know, you can go to work, go home, go to the gym, whatever. It's like the same type of thing. But I feel like in Bangkok, maybe you have the same routine, but every day I'm gonna see something weird.
There is still that economic part of it where the biggest industry there is tourism. So when they look at anyone coming in from another country, they kind of look at them like this person is their paycheck.
But relationships go by your wallet, where you put the money. Yes.
It's not right to be hounding that foreigner, but at the same time, they need to realize that if they're going to come here, they come to a poorer country. They have their reasons to be this way. They need to be more patient.
A lot of people say like Thais don't like black people, and I didn't really see any indication of that.
They have a very interesting relationship with Indians.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's getting better now, but because there's more generations of Indians that come and settle here, and they are Thai, they speak Thai and they own businesses here and blah blah. But otherwise, there are still some that come straight from India, and they're not very, like they're kind of the opposite, the way that they deal with people and like customer service wise. The Thai smile is infamous.
I've never felt dirty after like a shopping experience until you go to a place and you try to get fitted for a suit. These guys are all about their money, and they have deals with the tuk-tuk drivers. You know, you get a discount on a ride in a tuk-tuk if you go place and get fitted for a suit, or at least go and look at the merchandise like you're interested.
I had more of that hustler mentality where they were trying to sell you something.
We didn't go really to a single restaurant, like some pad thai, some fruit, and like a smoothie, and spend like literally $250.
They don't really cook in their homes like other people cook in their homes. They have all these street vendors. You know, you got middle of the night, there is somebody on the side of the street cooking something. Rather than me sit by myself in my house and cook something, let me go out and see the people who live in my neighborhood.
I mean, especially at night though.
Yeah.
Like our first day we tried to go out and it was like probably 103 degrees. Talking to people, I'm like, this is where it goes down, this street. And it looked like a ghost town. But once that sun goes down, everybody's out. You know, they got full families out at like 11 o'clock at night at these street vendors and stuff, you know. Politically, there's some crazy things happening. How the police and everything were over there. Insane comparing that to what we're used to here, you know.
Tired and frustrated, I think, are probably the first two things I think, because I feel like there isn't enough progress. You know, like this conversation's been going on. This is something like we were talking about this before, but it's more in the spotlight now. It's more in the media now. Yeah. And it's been happening for decades, right? But in terms of solutions that people are trying to propose, I don't see anything that's actually tangibly happening. Over the past 6 months or year, how many instances of these where there's videotape, there's footage of it, and you know, with Eric Garner, there was footage of that, and that cop got off. So, you know, it's tiring because you feel like there's no change, there's no progress.
I think what's going on is that they're putting this on the media now as a means of distracting us so that we can hate the white people again, so that it can be segregation again, and it's not all it is, you know, happy, joy. We can make people mad, we can get them irrational, we can get them trying to riot, then we can use our military weapons against them and kill them. So, I mean, it's all just a tactic. I think it's a tactic, and black people need to be careful.
After Bangkok, we went to Chiang Mai.
Chiang Mai, yeah.
It is the oldest city within Thailand.
It is.
One of the things we were looking forward to the most was seeing elephants. And we definitely got the opportunity. We did ride elephants. And yes, that is an elephant's penis. Yeah, strangely enough, that's a Thai man playing with an elephant's penis. All jokes aside, elephants are giant, intelligent, majestic creatures. And in order to control the interactions between, you know, the elephants and these tourists, the mahouts utilize hooks, sticks, holes to the elephant's ear in order to keep it under control. You do get a little bit of a SeaWorld vibe where, you know, you feel dirty and we were a part of a problem we didn't quite understand. Fully encourage people to go out and play with them, spend time with them, feed them, swim with them. You don't have to ride something to experience it. We were in Chiang Mai for Songkran.
It was crazy. From sun up to sundown, everywhere outside is fair game. The minute you walk out of a building, somebody is throwing water at you out of a water gun or a bucket. From
that moat, that was probably some of the nastiest water.
A lot of it got in my mouth, and I really thought I was gonna eat shots or something.
He's got the head now.
It's funny because when you go into a restaurant, you're dripping wet. No one looks at you like you're crazy because everyone is. You've left your building, you've gotten soaked to the bone.
It was going on for about 3 days. Throughout our travels, one of the questions was, how did white people react to us being out there?
They would tend to be the first to tell you that Thai people are really, really racist.
I think it has to do with them trying to figure you out. For example, if you're here and you look like you or I do, there has to be a reason.
Sometimes I feel like you get the stare that's like, how did you get here? You know what I mean? Like, I don't see black people travel.
Doing the industry and finance, we have to go to a lot of networking events. The networking events I go to, I got a wig that I put on that's like really big curly hair, and they love it. They want black people to embrace their blackness. They don't want, you know, the flat iron. I mean, corporate America may want that, but out here it really grabs their attention.
Be Afrocentric.
Yes. And they love it, and they love it. They're like, I wish I had big hair. They don't wish they had big hair like that, but they like to joke around and try to find some common ground with you here.
In Thailand, they have this whole white knight syndrome, you know. I don't know if that's just created a huge thing of colorism in the culture, or if it's just been embedded there.
Dark skin is a thing because within Thai culture, it is perceived to be more beautiful if you're lighter skinned. And that it's kind of like the opposite of how in Western culture you want to be tanned, because then it looks like you can afford to go abroad.
The southern part of Thailand is people here are just as dark as I am. It's associated with being outside and working and being poorer versus higher class. You're indoor, you're being catered to. You're not hitting the sun as much.
If we're going to the seaside, they will wear these long sleeve things underneath their t-shirt because they don't want to get dark. They'll always say like, nope, scared of getting dark, and they wear all these like whitening creams and stuff like that.
It's hard not to get a tan here.
Yeah, exactly.
Every place I've been to, I've seen skin lighteners, the soap is about lightening your skin, the magazines, the media.
Your body color is important in this world. Every place where you go, in communities, you see black people are out in the lower class. I don't understand that. Why black people always have problems?
So I'm not saying that there's not any racism here, because of course there is. For example, if you go for like certain jobs, like in the teaching industry and I work in recruitment, they'll say, oh, we don't want any black teachers. They'll be upfront, like none whatsoever. And sometimes they'll say that doesn't come from the directors of the schools, but predominantly from the parents.
Nothing bad ever happened to us, ever.
I got pickpocketed. That wasn't cool.
Two young boys on a motorbike hit my shoulder back. And all these things, my money, my wallet, my very glad my passport was home. I lost everything. I go police do nothing.
I was mugged when I was here, so that was hey mom, can you send me some money? Because I don't have That was my first month here. It was like 5 days after I moved into my new apartment. I was walking, motorbike came, pushed me. Yeah, kicked me, took my stuff. Two guys, because his friend came. I just one, and another one came. So yeah.
One of the things that's really important about traveling and being pushed out of your comfort zone is, shit goes wrong when you're taking chances, and you learn, and you go with the flow. We had so many instances of just like pure kindness.
The day that the news about Erica Garner came out, I remember feeling so upset, so isolated, no one to talk to about it. So I decided to take myself on a hike to a waterfall. This Thai guy pulls up alongside the road on his motorbike, and he asks me where I'm going. We don't really speak the same language, but I was able to relay the information enough to him that he said, no, far, just far. And so I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna turn back and go home. But he says, no, just hop on my motorbike and I'll take you, gesturing and speaking in Thai. I'm actually in front of his house. His house is this wooden shack behind a bigger house. No running water, no electricity. It looks like it's been abandoned. And he drops off whatever he needs to drop off, and he takes me to a Buddhist ashram, which is where I prayed for quite a long time for Eric Garner, his family, my family, the black men in my life. He takes me to the waterfalls, and I thought he was just gonna leave me there, but he came with me. We spent the whole day together, and I didn't know this man, and we barely spoke. He dropped me off back at my house. So by now I'm thinking, this generosity comes at a price, and I'm happy to pay it. I try to offer him some money, and he looked completely affronted. And he just kind of pushes my hand away and drives off.
We found a community of black people abroad. One thing that came super apparent is like my brothers, we are slacking, We met so many black ladies out there, like just doing their thing and being bold and taking risks and stuff. We maybe met like 3 dudes.
And that was even, I even would say that would equate to like just being on the streets, not even people that we knew.
One thing that I would change is just making sure that black people know that they have the capabilities to travel. I didn't think that it was possible, but I was able to connect with friends via Facebook that were going around the world, and it really opened up my eyes to the possibilities. So if anybody out there doesn't believe that black people can travel and actually survive, you can do it. You can really do it. And if you can't do it, then change your circle. Change the people that you're hanging with and get around people that's making big moves, and then you will find you'll do the same.
If I could change anything about this world, I would eliminate greed. Because I think if you really take everything, most of the problems that we have, if you go back to the source or the root, that is the problem, right? Because like everyone is self-interested. You need things for yourself to live and survive, etc. But it's when you take self-interest to another point and you don't even need, it's beyond what you need for yourself or for your family. You just want more, stack your money, etc. That's when you start exploiting other people.
I would definitely change the way the media shows black women around the world. The black women are smart and aren't out there, having sex with everyone, because that's what it shows in music videos and TV.
First thing I would change, understanding amongst people, but just that other people have the appreciation that somebody else is black, somebody else is Chinese, and that we're all different. And the want for people to actually know why somebody is different.
If you understand that it can also lead to discussion and dialogue that can get us closer to the peace that I'm hoping that we could have.
Change doesn't have to mean it's a bad thing. change just means different. The end.